some years ago by the then chairman, Mr. Holloway. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to hear our concerns about Milwaukee County government. In doing research for this hearing, I was looking at some old federal documents, one of which has been largely overlooked and almost forgotten. Please allow me to read one short paragraph in this document that I believe is very relevant to this discussion. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. That in order to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That when any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and institute new government. That's what we're talking about here today. Obviously, that's from the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence, written well over 230 years ago. While largely ignoring the founding document, I believe it's very relevant to debate over Milwaukee County Board. Milwaukee County Board was originally compensated as a part-time position and has seen its oversight responsibilities significantly reduced in the past decade or longer. In 1995, then County Executive Tom Ament commissioned the Milwaukee County Commission for the 21st Century. One-year study cost $75,000 and identified problems that had solutions similar to what we have today. Namely, the board should be exclusively a policy-making body, not a managing body. The board was then and continues today to be guilty of micromanaging. 3, streamline the county board staff. In 2002, it became clear Milwaukee Board had enacted the now infamous Ament pension scandal, which so enraged citizens that it removed Tom Ament and 25% of the sitting board members by recall. Some of those members still persist in today's board. Some are the same members who actively backed the former county board chairman, even after he was charged with 90 ethics violations. That same pension scandal continues today to encumber the taxpayers of Milwaukee County well into the millions of dollars today. They recently oversaw the botching of a transit contract that cost the taxpayers $8.6 million. In the most recent budget, one department head told the board he did not need the one extra position in the budget, yet the board insisted they keep the extra position funded, costing taxpayers thousands of dollars. Think about that one for just a minute. These are just a few examples of what has gone wrong because of votes by members of the Milwaukee County Board. I was one of the original people who started now infamous Ament recall in 2002. It's been 11 years, almost to the day, that Scott Walker was elected as Milwaukee County Executive in the wake of the Ament pension scandal. Our group called for a part-time board 11 years ago, and here's the document that proves that. It should be in your packages. I handed it out earlier. In fact, the idea of part-time board and part-time pay was our number one item in a list of 10 different items. The board continues to micromanage functions and mismanage funds in addition to engaging in political subterfuges such as the effort to drive out members who do not conform to political ideology, such as former board member Joe Rice. I'm in full agreement with AB 85, reducing the pay and benefits of Milwaukee County Board. I'm also in agreement with the budget of the county board should be reduced. I am not in favor of reducing the number of people who serve on the county board. The number of board members should stay the same or be increased. I base this on what I refer to as the New Hampshire model. The state of New Hampshire is roughly the same size by population as Milwaukee County. New Hampshire has about 1.3 million, Milwaukee County is just under 1 million. New Hampshire is the closest thing that we have to what our founding fathers intended our government to look like. By that I mean more representation by citizen representatives, not career politicians. What many people do not know is that New Hampshire has a state legislature that has 400 state representatives. Each one represents about 3,300 people. They are paid $200 per biennium. So clearly, this is a part-time position, and the people who serve in New Hampshire are doing it as a public service, not because they want a great job with great benefits. New Hampshire has the 4th largest government in the world, yet they're one of the smallest states measured by population in the country. It might be instructive to note that the state motto of New Hampshire is live free or die. If we were to reduce the number of people who serve on the county board, it would make the districts larger, meaning that each supervisor would represent a substantially larger number of constituents. When you have more constituents to represent, that means more
Sorry,
yard signs?
the 5 minutes has expired.